Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. This statement is as clear as it is profound, and comprehensive. When you study mathematics, you are studying Islam, you are studying Allah. Everything is mathematics, Allah is mathematics. DNA is chemistry, chemistry is mathematics. All life is mathematics. Islam is our reality. What is the most fundamental principle, the most fundamental concept of mathematics? It is consequence. Whatever is on one side of the equation, the equal sign, must be reflected on the other. In other words, the consequence must equal the action. Force is action, is energy. The reaction to force is an equal force. Pressure is force. Therefore, the most fundamental principle of all reality is force/pressure. Pressure is mathematics, the essence of mathematics, the most profound expression of mathematics. Pressure is Islam, and Islam is pressure. Pressure has 5 fundamental properties, or pillars. Pressure is the subject, the fact. The 5 properties are the action, or verb/action nature of pressure. Islam rests on 5 pillars. If Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam as Farad taught the messenger, then the 5 pillars upon which Islam rests must be mathematics. Each pillar a basic principle of mathematics. The most fundamental fact of our existence, the existence of the universe, of all creation is force. Without force, there is nothing. Force is linear. Pressure is spatial, or voluminous force, meaning, spread out. Think of rain. One drop of rain is a force, but all the rain presents pressure. Or like a bulletproof vest. The bullet is a force, but the vest spreads out the force, converting it into pressure. The impact is the same, but instead of the bullet being lethal, the force of the bullet is converted to pressure, meaning the impact is spread out, so the impact is non-lethal. It might break some bones, but you can survive it. The 5 fundamental principles of pressure are force, torque, currents, energy, harmonic motion. Faith is a mathematical principle. It is what the Quran calls, believing in the unseen, its recognition of consequence. Every action has an opposite but equal reaction. That is the fundamental law of creation, of faith. Which is also called justice. You can't see the process, but you know what the result will be. That's faith. It's based on the law of consequence, which is the fundamental principle of pressure. For every force, therein an opposite but equal force. If you understand and believe in that principle, then you believe in the unseen. You know that every action, no matter, even an atom's weight, will be accounted for. Justice will prevail. That's faith. You can't see the process, but know it is true. You know that if Allah says be, expressed through prophecy, then it will become is. So the first pillar of Islam is the first, and fundamental law of mathematics, which is also pressure. Faith is a verb, not a noun. Faith without works is dead. Faith is your action based on the unseen. You know if you apply the mathematics of Islam, follow Allah's guidance, that you will be successful, victorious. You can't see it, but you are absolutely sure of the result. The second pillar of Islam is salats, Quran recital. Some say prayer, but they are confusing prayer with salats. Salats are ritualistic, repetitive. Prayer is a direct communication with a/or the deity. That which is repetitive is circular. That which is repetitive/circular spins. That which spins produces an axis, called torque. The greater the spin, the more upright is the axis. Upright to 90 degrees, perpendicular to the plane of spin. Salats, 5 daily, are a template provided by Muhammad to address this principle. The heart and voice are directly connected. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil. For out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. The voice unfailing reflects what is in the heart. The process goes both ways. The heart is the engine of the circulatory system. The circulatory system is circular, circulates. Allah is understood to have the firmest of hearts. So, by reciting Allah's words, Quran, one can inculcate the firmness of Allah's heart into their heart, reversing the process. The more one recites, the greater the firmness. The greater the frequency, the more repetition, the greater the spin. The greater the spin, the more upright their axis, the more upright, the more righteous they are/will become. Farad was said to recite 50,000 years of history every night for about 8 hours, while pacing back and forth. The history was understood to be the Quran. It is our current heart's inability to remain firm for a complete 24-hour cycle is why we sleep. Our hearts are recharged every 24 hours, but the charge only lasts 16 hours. In the hereafter, the charge will last 24 hours, thus no sleep required. Keep up prayer from the declining of the sun till the darkness of the night, and the recital of the Quran at dawn. Surely the recital of the Quran at dawn is witnessed. And during a part of the night, keep awake by it, beyond what is incumbent on thee, maybe thy Lord will raise thee to a position of great glory. The recitals being repetitive, 5 times daily, is circular/circuitous, spinning. Salats are aimed at the heart. The heart is the core or engine of the circulatory system. The circulatory system is a spinning system by definition. The more you recite, the greater the spin, the greater the torque, which is the force of your axis. The greater your spin, the more upright your axis. This is the connection between the second pillar of Islam and the second principle of pressure. 5 times daily was recommended to the Arabs, who never was up against what we endured. Not even close. Farad set the example, right out of the Quran. Salats are better than sleep. Farad is a walking, talking, living Quran. Farad is my Quran. Zakat, charity, is the process of transferring resources from those who have to those who have less, or who have not. That is by definition a current. A current is the transfer of energy/pressure from high pressure to low or lower pressure. Once the transfer is complete, equality is the result. Equality is the essence of pressure, or Islam. You will find equality at the root of all the 5 pillars. That's why zakat is the fulcrum of the 5 pillars, as it is the point of balance, equality between all 5 pillars. Our reality is pressure. Everything in creation is under pressure, exposed to pressure. It takes the intense pressure in the core of stars to fuse atoms. Your thoughts are pressure, as are the expression of your thoughts, words. Words are pressure waves. Under the laws of pressure, everyone has equal energy, equal force. The wisdom is to identify the bases of the equality, as 5 plus 6 equals 11, 3 plus 8 equals 11, minus 7 plus 18 equals 11, all equal but different. We are Lamborghinis, the devils are VW Beetles. Most of our energy is used for maintenance and higher top-grade fuel cost, while they require low maintenance, and can run off low-grade low-cost fuel, which gives them an advantage in disposable energy, which they use to rule over us. That is Yaqub's wisdom, to genetically engineer a stripped-down version of us, that requires less internal energy to operate, giving them more external/disposable energy in a time of energy deprivation, which would last 6,000 years. Understanding the law of equality and balance. Then if the energy balance for all is 100, and you give 10% or 10 away in charity, then you have created a -10 current, which must be resolved instantaneously. You will have to receive 10 units of energy in some form to reset the balance. It could be a new friend, some form of healing, or the healing process. All to the degree of the imbalance. On the other hand, if you steal, cheat, exact usury from someone to the extent of perhaps 25%, then you have created a positive current, meaning the current is flowing away from you. It could result in an accident, the beginnings of a tumor, etc. This concept is also called luck, good and bad luck. Yaqub made the devils to have good luck for 6,000 years. They call what is luck wisdom. No, it's just dumb luck. They were sent prophets and messengers to teach them how to maintain that good luck by staying within the limits of Allah, living a disciplined life so as not to turn the good luck into bad by their evil actions. Unfortunately for them, their evil nature prevailed. We, on the other hand, the Lamborghinis, are suffering energy deprivation, which results in bad luck for us, during this 6,000-year period of energy deprivation. The Quran teaches the heavens, universe, and earth was one entity, before Allah, and the angels expanded or separated them. Which means all the energy you see out there was once upon the earth. We expanded the heavens by taking the energy from the earth, to form stars and planets, galaxies etc. Leaving ever less energy on the earth until the earth began to show an energy deficit 50,000 years ago with the forming of deserts where abundant life used to be. Oil comes from decayed organic material or decayed organisms. The reason why they find so much oil in the deserts, is because they were, for billions of years, lush gardens of abundant life. Now, the energy is retuning in waves, the frequency of about every 50 years. We are receiving one right now. None but He will manifest it at its time. It is momentous in the heavens and the earth. It will not come to you but of a sudden. This present energy wave will be enough to elevate us back to the top. The last one, in the 60s, broke our social chains. This one will break all remaining chains. Allah is at war with the usurers. When a person obtains energy, in the form of money or some other precious thing of value, they are taking back more than they gave, which upsets the balance. I.e., if the balance is 1,000, and I'm lending money for usury, say 500, yet I get a return of 600. I have just upset my balance. I have a net balance of 1,100, which is 100 over my natural balance. This is in effect a positive current, meaning that the current is flowing away from me, 100 units of bad luck. But if I just give away 100 units, I've done just the opposite. I've generated a negative current, drawing 100 units of energy to me, 100 units of good luck. Luck is a mathematical principle. So, when the Quran says that Allah is at war with usurers, it means mathematics is against usurers. They themselves are at war with mathematics. Allah is mathematics. The diligent, faithful application of the 5 pillars of Islam, 5 principles of pressure is a good luck generator. Usury is like eating pork, it might taste good, but it's eventually lethal. Fasting in the sense of this pillar, is primarily the abstinence of food. Food has 2 aspects, the nutrition and the energy component. You take in the food loaded with nutrition, which the digestive system must convert to energy. The conversion process slows you down, mentally and physically. When you are fasting, you restrain/stop the conversion process, which maximizes one's energy. Nutrition in the digestive system diminishes the amount of oxygen in circulation. The more oxygenated blood in circulation, the more energetic you are. Oxygen is fire, oxygen is energy. The more nutrition in the digestive system, the less oxygen in circulation, thus less energetic you are. Fasting maximizes one's energy/one's productivity. Understanding pressure, we know that we all have equal force. Fasting, the 4th pillar of Islam, is the 4th principle of pressure. Pressure has 2 components, mass, food times acceleration, energy equals force. The more nutrition in the digestive system, which feeds the circulatory system, the less energy. Maximize your energy levels by minimizing the nutrition in the digestive system. The muscles require oxygen to work/function. The more oxygen, the more efficient. Oxygen is fire. The muscles require nutrition for growth. The bloodstream carries nutrition and oxygen to the muscles. Nutrition for growth, oxygen for work. The more nutrients in digestive system, the less blood in circulation, the less oxygen. Fasting relative to sustenance is the act of maximizing the oxygen, maximizing the fire/energy, maximizing one's energy/activity, while minimizing the nutrients by decreasing the frequency, but not the quantity. Instead of eating 1000 calories 3 times each day, 3000 calories 1 time per day. Eating 6000 calories every 2 days. No loss of calories, maximum oxidization of the blood. The Hajj symbolized by the circling of the Kaaba. You have people from every corner of the planet, every walk of life, every ethnic group, every social group, rich poor, male and female, no distinguishing characteristics, circling the Kaaba in peace and harmony. No conflict, none whatsoever. Harmony. Everyone moving/walking in harmony with one idea, one purpose, unified, uniformed. That's what the Hajj, the fifth pillar of Islam, represents. The fifth pillar of Islam is the fifth principle of pressure, harmonic motion. Harmonic motion is Islam. Peace, unity, cooperation, love, working together for a common shared goal, and purpose. That's harmony, that's Islam, the religion of harmony. The highest form of motion, which the Hajj symbolizes. It is more correct to call Islam the religion of harmony, as opposed to the religion of peace. There can be peace without harmony, but no harmony without peace. When atoms are under extreme pressure, more than the pressure required to fuse them, they reorganize into harmonic motion. Pressure is atoms, molecules colliding. Pressure is a measure of the frequency and intensity of the collisions. First, the pressure forces the atoms to fuse. The next phase is for the atoms to reorganize their motion, which is to harmonize their motion so as not to collide anymore. There is no longer any pressure between the atoms, no collisions. This is called harmonic motion. When that happens, there is no heat, no collision, just peace between them, and a sharp reduction in the volume, the space occupied by the atoms. Our brains are harmonic motion, resulting from being formed under the intense extreme pressure of a fully compressed universe, which forced atoms to move at 24 billion miles per second in harmony, which is consciousness, thought. The 5 pillars of Islam are the 5 principles of pressure. It's all mathematics. If anyone disagrees, then provide the correct interpretations. Show the correct mathematics. All the Imams, so-called scholars, have written countless books, given countless lectures on the 5 pillars of Islam, all of which is some form of philosophy, metaphysics, conjecture. Not one ever made or demonstrated the connection between the 5 pillars and the 5 principles of pressure. They are one and the same. The pillars are the mathematical foundations upon which Islam rests. Farad said, if you want to be successful, learn the mathematical language. The pillars are the mathematical basis and language of Islam, of reality. The mathematical understanding and application of the 5 pillars is the path to becoming the god/goddess that you are. One might question, why have I never heard this before? Are the Imams, the Islamic scholars, the Islamic scientists hiding this? Answer, no, they are not hiding it. They don't know it. It's as much news to them as it is to you. They are not teaching Islam, they are teaching their limited, very limited idea of Islam. In some cases, the Christianization of Islam. The Imams have positioned themselves representatives of Muhammad, and of Allah, when they are neither. Muhammad left a template called the 5 pillars. It's just a template to build upon. The foundation will never change, as the 5 pillars are the 5 pillars of creation, and will last as long as the creation lasts. The new, imminent, and forever kingdom will be built on that foundation. Faith. Faith is foresight, not seen but understood. Faith is the mother of perseverance. You keep going even though the goal is unseen. You keep fighting even when the odds seem overwhelming. They say, doing the same thing repeatedly, expecting a different result is insanity. It's also called perseverance. An act of faith. Salats. Salats firm the heart and makes firm the feet. You will be firm and steadfast in battle against the enemies of Islam. Unwavering, as in the prayer of Abraham, to make firm his feet. He was thinking of his seed, lost, alone in the grips of a savage beast. Charity/Zakat. Charity is your protective shield, your positive force field, your good luck generator. Good luck, positive energy, is the greatest force field there is, especially in the heat of battle. It's your bulletproof vest. Some say, it's better to be lucky than wise. Charity is a two-edged sword. A sword that Jesus himself wielded. If your enemy is hungry, feed him, if he is thirsty, give him a drink, for in so doing you will heap coals of fire on his head. What? Ain't that charity? When you understand the balance, then you can use it to hurt or help, like fire, which can be used for good or evil. If the balance is 1000 and you give someone 500, you have just generated 500 unit of positive energy, good luck, for yourself, but 500 units of negative energy, bad luck, hot coals, for that someone. That is why gambling, there is some good in it, but the bad outweighs the good, is discouraged. If you win as a result of positive energy to the amount of positive energy you have accumulated, then no problem. But if you win beyond that, you have only generated negative energy for yourself to the degree of the excess. Hope you understand. Fasting. Fasting is your energy generator, giving you the energy to apply the other 4 pillars. Fasting quickens you. Maximizes the healing process. Sharpens your senses. Increases your endurance. Fasting literally fires you up, as the circulatory system is fully engaged, delivering maximum fire, oxygen, to the brain and muscles, giving you a defeating edge over the enemies of Allah in battle. Fasting draws out demons. You are more energized than them, and they are visible to you because of your heightened senses. So they try to slow you down, dull your senses. Fasting protects you from your enemies, the enemies of Allah, because they can't keep up with you, so you leave them behind in the ditch, out of breath, exhausted. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Harmony. Harmony is unity. As the Messenger said, unity is the key. You submit to the will of Allah, which is revealed in prophecy, the Bible, and Quran. You unify with all others who are in submission and in accord with the will of Allah. In such an alliance, there can be no discord, no conflict. The will of Allah is the greatest force in the universe. Thus, you will be in the army of Allah, invincible, victorious. You will be the force which brings forth the is from the be. A force that cannot be hindered, restrained, detained. In total harmony with Allah and with each other. They seek to put out the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah will perfect His light. The will of Allah is revealed in prophecy. The light of Allah is the understanding of His will, understanding the prophecy. We are told that the enemy, the devils and demons will try to put out Allah's light with their mouths, deceptions, lies, distortions. Saying things like, the Bible, prophecy, is corrupt, you can't trust it. Or, prophecy is probability, meaning, Allah is guessing. But Allah says, He will perfect His light. Does that sound to you that Allah can't protect His light, His prophecy, that His words are corrupt? Is not the Bible, Revelations, Daniel etc., sealed? Why do you seal something? To protect it? Think about it.